Yo, what's happening, baby? This is a Flaming Sword Musing, and I'm Musing Khan. You know, it's like a little demonstration that's been going on for a while. That's kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm a hustler. I grew up a hustler. I grew up under hustler ethics. And one of the flyest things I heard was in reference to, you know what I'm saying, like some dudes was beefing over a chick. You know, cat. You know, I was there too. And Famo was like, "Yo, when things was good for you, you got it. The getting was good. Now the getting good for me." It was pretty much as simple as that to him. You know what I'm saying? When you was having your way and the getting was good for you, you didn't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But when that same getting, when that same good gets to getting good for somebody else, it starts to pass you by. Then all of a sudden that good ain't so good no more. You know, I've been seeing that a lot. Like, how can I say it? Like with the I think the main time I saw it was with the first time I noticed it was with the DJ Khaled and Nicki Minaj situation. How when their albums dropped, it went number 2 instead of number 1. They just got the broadcasting, you know, all of the ploys that the industry used to counter sales, package bundles, and concert deals, and all of this stuff. The different things, you know, they started to talk about that stuff and protest. And then you had, like, you know, in the NBA, a lot of weird stuff is happening, the same type of stuff. People are basically telling but not telling. They're just telling in the aspect of showing, like with the Westbrook thing now, like everybody is pretty much telling that the game in the NBA is, if you're not satisfied with a team, just create a reason why you can't play and sit out a season and get that salary. And by the time that season's over with, you will be on a new team. And people are telling on that game for that reason. Is the same thing is happening in the music industry. Like, it just seems like a lot of artists are telling on things that the only reason that they even know that these things are going on is because at one point in time they were at the forefront of benefiting from these machinations. So they know the machinations. They know what's going on. So as soon as this system is exploited and they are exploited by the system, and the system moves on to the next, or the machine moves on to the next piece of meat, the old piece of meat mad, I guess, because they ain't been cooked. I mean, like, it's weird. Like, I don't understand a world where going number 2 for the first week is a big deal. Why would you protest that? You know, the Ray J situation. Like, sometimes when you get paid for stuff, you get paid for stuff. You know, people ain't gonna, I don't care how rich a dude is. You could be messing with a kingpin. He gonna try to throw you a couple of pings of weed in lieu of money. Most people who have money, they're not just gonna pay you. They're gonna give you an opportunity, put you in a revenue stream that's just like pretty much automatic revenue. as a way, that's their payment, you know. So like with Ray J with the situation with the Kardashians, and he was just like, oh, and he started spilling the beans. It's like you can't dictate how much they gonna milk that. Only thing you have to understand is, you know, what side of the bread the butter on. They decide to cash in on it again. Yo, Raycon thing, earplug things that, you know, I ironically have never seen a person wearing. I've seen the commercials on YouTube and the internet and all that stuff. There's a real strong push for it and it's generating revenue, but I've never seen nobody wearing Raycons. Anybody who got Raycons, let me know. So, you know what I mean? Let me know how they sound, how they work, you know, and all of that stuff. And, you know, I might grab a pair because I think that since he spilled the beans on that Kardashian stuff, saying that the mother made them take takes and stuff, I think the Raycon earplugs, they're gonna stop being pushed, you know. So, you know, if anybody, you know, let me know how the Raycons work. I'll grab a pair, you know what I'm saying? But I've never seen anybody with none, so I haven't even thought to buy a pair until I heard him say what he said. And I was like, damn, Raycon finna go off the shelf. He just burnt his Raycon contract. He just burnt his little deal that he tried to put together. Like, all of his hustles finna fall flat. The Norwood family finna fall flat. He burnt money. He going after the Kardashians and Kanye. Wow. Which leads to Kanye and the Adidas deal. The simple fact of the matter is that Adidas own all that shit. You know? Kanye owns the designs. Adidas owns the presses. They own the material. His shoes are feet you wear, which has been an Adidas brand since, what, the late 90s, early 2000s. They used to be called Footworks, the Kobe's, the Supremes, the Adidas Form Supremes. You know, that's a whole technology right there that Adidas owned for years. And Kanye West got them as his outsole for every shoe. Adiprene. He got Adiprene. All the textiles and materials that Adidas had to offer. The only thing he brought to the table was designs and the brand name Yeezy. I really think that he can take the brand name Yeezy, and if he's able to work out a favorable arrangement, you know, like third party for textiles and materials and, you know, people, he can actually create the Yeezy brand. I think he can do that. You know what I'm saying? The shoes and clothes. Like, I feel like he has done enough. You know, it's the same thing with Balenciaga. You know, his deal with Balenciaga, it was like explicitly stated that, you know, Famo was going to work with the Yeezy Gap brand for 1 year to create an aesthetic. And then, you know, Yeezy had to take it from there. And, I mean, it's the same thing with the Adidas deal. But Yeezy is kind of blowing a whistle on something that it's like, how can I say it? It's like a scorch the earth policy type of thing, you know? Spreading the L. Like, I think that Yeezy felt like, I guess his marketing strategy, you know, the accessibility of shoes and all of that stuff, that's like the exclusive market category thing. That's like Gators. Like, you know, Yeezy want to make his shoes like Gators. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive, you know, but accessible. And the thing is that he doesn't own any of the material or textiles or nothing like that. So it's just like, The only thing he owns is the designs and the patents on the designs. So he really doesn't have any leverage. So instead of just working within the system and building his brand up so that at some point in the game, he can branch off and create, you know, a Yeezy specific brand, he goes scorch the earth and burns a business relationship and, you know, sends up a red flag to the fashion market as a whole. Like, yo. But people really have to think about things like this because, you know, like, when the getting is good for you, you gotta just take it for what it is and load up, because the getting can get good for somebody else real fast, and the machinations that you were benefiting from at some point in time, like, can very well pass you over and start benefiting somebody else, and that's the time when, you know, real business relationships are established. I hope that you guys have gotten something from this. My name is Musing, Flaming Sword Unsheathed. Be blessings and be blessed one.